Welcome to the Talking to God channel. Have you ever been near someone and suddenly felt an inexplicable discomfort, as if something dark and invisible was surrounding you but you just couldn't see it? Maybe you ignored that warning thinking it was all in your head. But what if I told you that feeling could be an important warning and much more than just a simple intuition? Stay with me and find out what it really means. The renowned Padre PIO, widely known for his deep spiritual revelations and mystical gifts, firmly believed that this uncomfortable sensation was not just a subjective perception, but a real spiritual alert. He understood that this feeling is a way for your spirit to communicate the presence of something evil disguised in your life. So, I invite you to reflect and write in the comments, "Padre PIO, keep me away from negative people." Padre PIO, a man whose life was fully dedicated to understanding and combating the forces of evil, possessed extraordinary wisdom about how evil can disguise itself in the people around us. His mission was clear: to protect souls from negative influences that can subtly and deceptively infiltrate our lives. He left us an invaluable legacy of clear and powerful guidance on how to identify these signs and protect our souls from these negative influences. These teachings aren't just ancient tales or stories from a distant past. They are extremely relevant and applicable in today's context, where negative energies and malicious intentions can manifest in very subtle but extremely dangerous ways. In this video, we will dive into the 9 obvious signs that Padre PIO taught us to recognize in people with bad intentions who may be closer than you imagine. The 9th sign in particular has the potential to completely transform your life. These signs aren't vague or subjective. They are clear, direct, and unmistakable. By understanding and identifying these signs, you not only protect your own spirituality and well-being, but also equip yourself with the knowledge necessary to deal with these situations wisely and effectively. At this moment, I ask that you share this video with as many people as possible. Imagine the importance of being able to immediately identify when someone around you is trying to manipulate your emotions, distort the truth, or negatively influence your life. Think of the clarity and courage you would have to cut ties with people who, disguised as friends or acquaintances, are actually draining your vital energy and dimming your inner light. This is the opportunity you have by watching this video until the end, to gain the knowledge that can transform your life, protect your inner peace, and strengthen your spiritual connection. We often ignore our instincts or the small feelings of discomfort we experience in the presence of certain people. However, Padre PIO teaches us that we must pay attention to these signs, as they can be important warnings that something is wrong. He reminds us that evil often hides behind masks of kindness or friendliness, but it always leaves small clues that, if we know how to identify, can save us from great dangers. So I invite you to stay with me until the end of this video so that we can discover these signs together and understand how to apply these teachings in your daily life. The information you're about to receive could be crucial to protecting not only your peace, but also your soul. And believe me, you won't want to miss a single detail, because the knowledge Padre PIO shared may be the key to transforming your life and eliminating any negative influence that might be trying to approach you. This is the perfect moment to strengthen your spirit and protect yourself from any evil that may be lurking. Let's start with the first sign, the piercing gaze. First sign, the piercing gaze. The first sign Padre PIO taught us to recognize is the piercing gaze. According to him, the eyes are the true window to the soul, and a person with malicious intentions cannot hide the evil they carry in their heart through their eyes. This person's gaze is piercing, cold, and can even cause an inexplicable discomfort. It's as if they're trying to see through you, not to understand you better, but to find a way to manipulate you. If you've ever felt uncomfortably observed, that could be a warning sign. Imagine a situation where you meet someone new, but from the first moment, their gaze makes you feel vulnerable and uneasy. That was the case with Maria, who, upon meeting a co-worker, noticed that he stared intensely at her in a disconcerting way. Trusting her instincts, Maria decided to distance herself from this person and later discovered he had intentions to manipulate her in a critical work situation. Second sign, manipulative language. The second clear indication of a person with bad intentions is how they use language. Padre PIO warned about those who use words to confuse, distort the truth, or make you feel inferior. This person might try to convince you of something wrong or plant doubts in your mind, always with the aim of controlling or emotionally destabilizing you. Jean began to notice that a friend had a way of twisting his words and making him doubt himself, even in simple conversations. This friend manipulated words in a way that disoriented him. Recognizing the pattern, Jean decided to distance himself from this toxic friendship and felt a significant sense of relief. Third sign, the uncomfortable presence. Have you ever been in the presence of someone who, without saying anything, makes the environment feel heavy or uncomfortable? Padre PIO spoke about the presence of people who carry with them a negative aura that affects everyone around them. This discomfort is not a coincidence. It could be a sign that something evil is influencing that person. Clara, while attending a social gathering, always felt strangely uncomfortable in the presence of a specific person. Even though that person never said anything offensive, their mere presence created an atmosphere of tension. Clara decided to limit her contact with this person and noticed a significant improvement in her well-being. Fourth sign, progressive isolation. A malicious person often tries to isolate their victims, pulling them away from friends and family. Padre PIO highlighted that this strategy is used to weaken the victim's resistance, making them more vulnerable to negative influences. If someone in your life is constantly trying to separate you from your loved ones, that's a red flag. Carlos started dating someone who gradually distanced him from his friends and family. At first, he thought it was normal, but soon realized he was becoming more and more isolated. Recognizing the signs, he ended the relationship and reconnected with his loved ones, feeling relief for escaping the situation. If you're enjoying this content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more tips like this. Hit the like button so I know you're enjoying it, and share this with your friends so more people can protect themselves from negative energies and recognize these powerful signs. Let's spread knowledge and positivity together. Fifth sign, rejection of the sacred. Padre PIO mentioned that people with malicious intentions tend to avoid anything sacred, such as religious objects, prayers, and rituals. This aversion to the sacred can manifest in subtle ways, such as discomfort when entering a church or refusing to participate in prayers. Anna noticed that a co-worker always avoided conversations about religion and seemed uncomfortable when seeing crucifixes or other religious symbols. This behavior repeated itself whenever the topic arose, leading Anna to realize something was off about this person. She decided to maintain a safe distance, believing that this aversion to the sacred was a warning sign. Sixth sign, contradictory behavior. People with bad intentions often exhibit contradictory behaviors. One moment they seem friendly, and the next they show hostility for no apparent reason. Padre PIO warned that this inconsistency reflects the internal duality of the person who tries to hide their true intentions. Sophia had a friend who was extremely friendly at times, but would suddenly become cold and distant without explanation. This behavior left her confused and insecure. After reflecting, Sophia realized that this friend was emotionally manipulating her and decided to cut ties to preserve her peace. Seventh sign, energy draining. Being around a person with bad intentions can be extremely draining. Padre PIO talked about how these people drain the energy of others, leaving them exhausted and down after each interaction. If you feel that someone always leaves you more tired than before, that could be a sign that something is wrong. Marcos noticed that after every conversation with a certain colleague, he felt emotionally drained and without energy. This colleague always brought negativity and endless problems into their conversations. By distancing himself from this colleague, Marcos regained his energy and noticed a significant improvement in his daily mood. Eighth sign, the fake smile. Padre PIO also mentioned that a person with bad intentions often uses a fake smile to mask their true intentions. This smile may seem friendly at first glance, but if you look closely, you'll see there's no warmth or sincerity in it. Paula, upon meeting a new colleague, noticed that the person's smile never seemed genuine. It was like a mask to hide something darker. Over time, Paula discovered that this colleague was spreading rumors and trying to harm her, confirming her instinct about the fake smile. Ninth sign, gut feeling. Last but not least is the most subtle yet most powerful sign, your intuition. Padre Pio believed that our spirit always gives us signs when something is wrong. This intuition is like an internal voice warning us of danger, even when there's no obvious evidence. Trust your instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. Isabel always had a strange feeling about a new friend, even though there was nothing obviously wrong. She decided to trust her gut, and later found out that this person was trying to manipulate her in a financial situation. By trusting her intuition, Isabel avoided a major loss. These signs are precious teachings that Padre Pio left us to protect ourselves from the negative influences around us. Learn to identify them and use them to preserve your spiritual and emotional peace. And remember, share this video with those you love so that everyone can protect themselves and strengthen their connection with the good.